Hello. Thought it'd be nice to get you out of the studio for a little bit. It snowed here in Iowa last night. And I thought I'd get you some fresh air. Kind of stuffy in the house. Taking my dog out. I apologize in advance if she does anything disgusting. I'll be scraping off this car later. Alright. Go inside, go. Hi, welcome back. I'm Mark. That little outdoor scene was from last week. It's actually been a little warm here lately. The last couple of days have been in the 80s. There's no more snow around. But I thought it'd be a nice little fresh start for the show. Today, I'm going to be ranking 6, actually 7, and I'll explain that later, REM records according to my Instagram likes. So this is part of a series. I call it my Instagram's greatest hits. And what I do is my Instagram is nothing. It's hardly anything. I didn't know what to do with it, so I started holding up records and taking a picture of myself with the record and then writing a little blurb under it. And then I realized I was showing a lot of records on Instagram that I should probably be showing on YouTube. And so this is just a way to show off these records. These rankings are silly because I'm doing them by likes. And there's all sorts of reasons a person might like a picture I post on Instagram. It might be just because I look particularly good that day, and people are liking it for that, or lots of family probably just being kind, just hitting likes. But I thought it was a funny way, or a fun way, to kind of talk about records. And what I've been doing lately is I have a lot of REM albums on CD, but lately I've been trying to build up my REM vinyl collection. And so I've been buying REM records here and there. I finally got 6, now 7 albums on vinyl, and I've been posting them on Instagram, and I thought I would rank these albums by the likes on Instagram. So that's the theory behind it. Full confession, I meant to make this video last weekend, and since then I have bought another REM record document that I'm not really including in this, but I sort of am because I got it recently and I just posted it on Instagram yesterday, so I thought, well, it's not fair to put it in the ranking, but it got quite a few likes, so I thought I'm going to include it. So there's actually 7 records we're going to be ranking today, and I'm going to show them in chronological order here. And the reason it's these 7 records, it's because these are the ones I have. Eventually I'd like to get them all, but this is their debut EP, Chronic Town, from 1982, and then Murmur, 1983, Life's Rich Pageant, which is 1986. This is the one that document. This is from 1987. Let me check that. Yes, 1987. This is the one I just got recently, so I just kind of threw it in as a last minute thing. Document. Out of Time is from 1991. Automatic for the People, 1992. And then Monster, 1994. So those are the albums we'll be ranking. And then I did a little YouTube poll that several of you took part of. And we're going to compare the YouTube poll with the Instagram likes. It's a little extra fun. So let's get into the ranking. And so how I'll do these rankings is just by the number of likes they got on Instagram. And what I do is I don't talk about them a whole lot. I just kind of show them. I read what I wrote on Instagram and I give the number of likes, starting from the least number of likes to the most number of likes. Again, I'm not a big Instagram guy. I don't have tons of Instagram followers. I'll link to it below, but that's not what these videos are about. I don't take Instagram very seriously, but I do, if I'm listening to something or I get a new record, I do like to take a picture and post it up there to see if there's any bites. So let's get started. And like I said, I'm actually ranking 7, but Poor Document, I just got posted yesterday, so it doesn't really count, but I wanted to get this in there because I really love this album myself. Anyway, so after one day, Document has 15 likes. 15 likes, that's pretty good for my Instagram for one day showing. What I wrote on here is still building up my REM collection, one glorious record at a time. So that's what I wrote. I really like this album. It has Finest Work song is a big one. It's the End of the World as We Know It and I Feel Fine was huge off of here. And then The One I Love, big songs off this album. So now we'll get into the more serious rankings because these albums have been up on Instagram for a while for people to like and stuff. Life's Rich Pageant. This got 18 likes, so it's in the lower echelon of the album rankings. The big songs on here were Fall on Me, and they do a cover of the Clicks' Superman, which I really like. I think those were the only singles off of here. That's Bill Berry, the drummer, on the cover there. But what I wrote about this is I'm beefing up my REM collection on vinyl and picked up this reissue recently. That's drummer Bill Berry on the cover, like I just said. So that is at the lower end of the list. This one, Automatic for the People, was next at 22 likes. Of course, this was huge for REM. Drive, Everybody Hurts, Man on the Moon, Night Swimming. I hear people list Night Swimming as a favorite REM song all the time. Automatic for the People. What I wrote on here, and this is obviously was at the beginning of the year, my first listen of 2026 was Elliott Smith, but because I recently showed those records, I thought I'd show my second play of 2026, REM, Automatic for the People. It's as good as you remember it to be. So this was my second play of 2026, but only getting 22 likes on Instagram. Tied with Automatic for the People is Monster, 22 likes on Instagram. What I wrote on here, this is the 25th anniversary reissue, Love All the Distortion. I talked about this on another Instagram greatest hits thing, so I won't go into it too much, but it had a Crush with Eyeliner, Star 69, You, and of course, What's the Frequency, Kid? I really like this album, but still pretty low rated according to Instagram likes. Then we're getting up there a little higher with Out of Time, another favorite album of mine. I really love the REM records. They're kind of like the Beatles to me. I think they got better and better and better. Radio song, Losing My Religion. I know Vinyl Sean says he does not need to hear that song, and he's a huge REM fan. He says he doesn't need to hear that song ever again. I still like it. Low, love that song. One of my very favorite REM songs on here is Country Feedback. I love that song, love that song. What I wrote on here is more REM today. Country Feedback ranks right up there as a favorite. This is the 25th anniversary release from 2026. So, 26 likes on Instagram. And then, these last two kind of surprised me a little bit. Chronic Town, the EP, this is comes in at number 2 with 27 likes. And I'll be honest, I did not have this on CD. I really had never listened to this before until I picked it up on vinyl this year. And it's the EP. This is their debut EP. What I wrote on it here is still building my REM vinyl collection. This is their EP debut. So I thought it was interesting that this got 27 likes, but maybe I had a good picture that day when I held that up. So, and then what ranked as number 1 was their first LP, Murmur. And the big song off of here is Radio Free Europe. Now this is an album I did not have to rebuy. When I got rid of a lot of my vinyl in the 1990s, I held on to a few albums that I thought might be hard to find again, or that I thought that held sentimental value to me. This is one I held on to. So I didn't have to rebuy this one, but it comes in high at 32 likes. Got into the 30s, which is really big for me on Instagram because, like I said, I'm not an Instagram guy. What I write on here is, I bought this record in 1983 at a record shop in Iowa City. When I gave away my records in the 1990s, I held on to a handful because I just couldn't part with them. This was one of those. So coming in at number 1, Murmur, early REM, according to my Instagram likes. Now, so that gives us, from top to bottom, Murmur, 32 likes, Chronic Town, 27 likes, Out of Time, 26 likes, Automatic for the People and Monster coming in at 22 likes each, and Life's Rich Pageant at 18 likes. And if we're counting Document, which we might as well since I have it here, it came in at 15 likes. My guess is that's going to go up more in a couple days. So again, this is just for fun, Instagram stuff. I did a poll on YouTube to see what YouTube would rank these albums. Unfortunately, YouTube only lets me put 4 choices in. So the choices I went with were Murmur, Monster, Out of Time, and Automatic for the People. And I'll post the results here. But Murmur and Automatic for the People both came in at 38%. So that kind of fits. Murmur's still up there. And then Monster and Out of Time both came in at 12%. So it's not really a true matchup because I only was able to get 4 choices into the poll. But I thought it would be fun for you guys to look at. It's fun for me anyway, and it's just a fun way for me to show off these records. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this series gives you some amusement. It gives me plenty of amusement. And like I said, it's just a way for me to show off my record collection that I'm excited about, and I hope you're excited about your record collecting experiences too. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time.